All right. Thank you, Coach, for being with us. Your first question is going to come from David.
Hey, Dawn, it's Dave Cloninger from the Post and Courier back home. Hope you're well. Looking at Victoria, a huge game tonight. A couple of questions. One, how is she able to make layups as effectively as she does? And two, do you think she's kind of undersung and underrated, considering she started all season, but no one really talks about her?
I mean, Victoria actually just concentrated and focused on making layups. She actually is a part of the group in which we just falter when it comes to making layups. I thought she did a great job at concentrating today, and she did it at a time in which we needed her to do it the most. V is V. You know, V is, plays the unsung hero for us time and time again. She is, she's one that you need players like her. You know, she doesn't like the spotlight, but the contributions that she gives us, are highlighted throughout the stat sheet. And I like the role that she plays for us, and it's a low maintenance, high performing role for us.
Our next question is from Joseph.
Hi, Coach Joe Gorcho, WIS TV in Columbia. Congrats on your 500th victory. What does it mean to you to reach that significant milestone? When you join the 500 win club, it says something about you as a coach and the elite company you keep there. What does it mean?
I mean, it's a great milestone. It means that you've been in the game a long time, and more than likely you had some great players that allowed you to get to this point. From my Temple days to my South Carolina days, I can count the many, all of them actually, that played a role in this milestone, and obviously I'm forever indebted to them. But 501 sounds nice, and and on and on and on. So 500 is great tonight. Tuesday we got to lock up and play. One of the great teams that are playing at this moment in Oregon State and Florida State.
Next question is from Greg Hadley.
Hey, Dawn, it's Greg Hadley from the State. I was just curious, that look that you had with Aaliyah, Victoria, and Letitia all in the lineup at the same time. What do you like about that look, and is it something you think we'll see more of going forward?
I mean, I like the length. I like what LA can give us at that 3 spot, because when we play on the perimeter, she's freer to roam. She can obviously dribble. She can kick the ball out. She's got great passing ability. And it's going to take some time for her to get used to. I thought the 2 weeks that we had between games allowed her to do some things that, were very effective for us tonight. I know, looking at the stat sheet, she did have 6 turnovers, and we'll clean that part of it up. But, to play 6'5", 6'4", 6'2", that front line is intimidating, and she's agile. Aaliyah Boston and Victoria Saxon, they're used to playing, their role for us in playing either on the block or in the little triangle, the blocks and the top of the key. That was probably a little bit more confining for her. So with whoever we play in the next game, I think we can create a mismatch and create a size advantage for, some of the things that she can do off the bounce.
Next question comes from Dick Cox.
Hi, Dawn. Dick Cox with Indy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Mercer looked like they were playing some box in 1, triangle in 2, and did a pretty good job of taking Destiny and Zaya out of the game in the first half. I think Zaya only got 2 shots. Can you talk about how your other players stepped it up until Destiny and Zaya could really get it going in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were going to junk it up. One of our keys today was executing, offensive execution against their changing defenses. We did see them play triangle and 2, box and 1 on some of their opponents. So we were, as much as you prep for that is a little different when you actually have to go out and execute. I thought they did a great job just trying to take away two of our most productive people all season long, and they did that for the most part in the first half. But I thought at times we did try to force things a little bit, but you got to excel. I told Zaya she's more than just a scorer. She probably only appreciates her ability to score, but if you see in the second half, she was passing the ball, she was coming off ball screen action, seeing her teammates, and it opened up a little bit more for her where she did get a chance to score. Destiny Henderson, not so much, but what she did was not force things. She just ran our basketball team, got the ball to who she needed to get to, and it's very comforting to know that two of your most productive people didn't get off, and we still get a pretty decent win.
Next up is Stephen Hawkins.
Hey, Don, Stephen Hawkins with the AP. You called the timeout there middle of the second quarter when they tied the game. What was your message at that point, and what did you think about how your team responded between then and halftime?
Well, I mean, during that time we had a funky lineup in, and you roll the dice. I rolled the dice. I wanted to see what we can get from Anaya Russell, and what we got was probably a mismatch on the defensive side of the ball. And we didn't have enough ball movement. We turned the ball over. We fouled them. I basically just said that this team is not gonna die. They're not gonna lie down and die just because you're a number 1 seed and they're a 16 seed. They're a very good basketball team. I just told them don't flinch. This is part of our journey. We got to get back to some of our good habits, and things will get back to us just controlling the game a little bit more.
Did you get a sense of trying to get their legs back and kind of get the wind back after a couple weeks off?
Yeah, I mean, they looked pretty winded in the first quarter. I thought after that, they, that little man that's in your lungs when you stayed off for too long, it's got to light that, that fire in you. And I thought we tried to get that out in practices this week, just getting up and down the floor and just having them play through it. And they did have to play through it, but I thought overall we settled down and we were able to, play both sides of the ball like we normally do.
All right, next question is from Mitchell Brown.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Letitia, this season has, like you said, been in a different role than what she was in tonight. For you to see her growth over this season, how much has she gotten more comfortable being able to make those decisions, putting the ball on the ground, as you saw tonight? Obviously 6 turnovers, but you said she'll get that cleaned up.
I asked her while we were just practicing, does she feel any different? Does she like, this position a little bit better? And she said yes. And she just said, I feel a lot more free. I mean, she's got an incredible skill set, at her height, to be able to handle the ball the way she does, to be able to pass the ball the way that she does. She does some things that we don't have on this team, and coming off ball screen action and being able to see and execute, hitting that, that pass out for shooters. She just needs more reps at it. With a player like her and her ability to just stay the course, even though I know it wasn't working out the way she wanted to work out, in that, she didn't play as much as she wanted to play. But, she's mentally tough, a truly mentally tough person, very, very strong-willed, and this type of season helped her get to this point, and now she's in a place where she can really help us. You got to scheme for her. She's got to be a part of your scouting report in some way. I was happy to see her. She got 11 and 8, which is a great contribution when Henny doesn't score, when Zaya isn't what she's is her normal self in the first half. So it's good that we are in a position where Did we miss Lily? Absolutely miss Lily and her energy and her effort. But we gained something else that, is it's a different scout. It's a different scheme with LA playing multiple positions. LA is Leticia.
Next question is from Pepper Persley.
Hi, Coach. Honored to speak with you tonight. I saw your shirt today, and I was wondering if you could just talk about how you have been mentored by Black coaches and how you are mentoring Black coaches.
Thank you. Is it Pepper? Did you say Pepper?
Yes.
Pepper, what a cool name, Pepper. The shirt does represent, some of the Black coaches across the country that are making impact, and some of the Black coaches that have opportunity to make an impact and to be a beacon of hope for other Black coaches in this profession that are striving to get opportunities. Coach Chaney is one that, when I first got into coaching 21 years ago, he was by far the best male counterpart coach that I could have gotten in this profession and be mentored by. I watched him practice. I watched him, talk. He used to come down to our offices. He took me into film sessions and just taught me, took me under his wings. And obviously, it was a sad day to see him pass away, but also just to see his legacy live on through so many people, including myself. And then all these other coaches that are on my shirt, they represent John Thompson, all of them, George Raveling, all of those coaches that fought the good fight that allowed us to, us Black coaches nowadays, to have these opportunities and to be a beacon of hope and to be a vessel for other coaches to, once they get an opportunity to be where we are, to succeed and pass that torch down to other Black coaches who aren't, or who are in a position to run their own programs. So thank you, Pepper, for seeing the shirt and also asking the question.
No problem. Thank you.
We have time for one more question. Cam Gaskin.
Hey, Coach, Cam Gaskins with ABC Columbia. After the SEC championship, you talked about the importance of this team finding that physicality and that grit, that nastiness. How much of that did you see on the court tonight, and how confident are you that they've kind of adopted that as more of a permanent part of this team's identity?
We saw it. We saw it throughout the game. Mercer's a pretty darn good team. Obviously they have perfected the mid-range, the short shot, and even with us clamoring on them, they were able to hit some shots. But we made it difficult for them. I actually, when I went down and just kind of talked to the coaches, I just asked. I said, "You all have that mid-range game down pat," and he was like, We didn't hit a whole lot of them. And I'm just like, really? So Mercer's a really good basketball team. For us, we're continuing to find our groove on both sides of the basketball and having that grit and diving on the floor and getting those 50-50 balls, and just staying in all plays and making it very difficult for anyone to run their sets as they want to run them. So we're being very disruptive and deliberate in imposing our will from a defensive standpoint, and actually pretty good ball movement on the offensive end.